and his power during this winter storm. I know it's affecting so many people across the country, including us. Luckily, we have power and water. So we're good. So let's do some crafting. Keyword today is wing, W-I-N-G. So go ahead and type that word in the comments. I'm going to create something specific as a tribute to my dad. So feel free to use the colors that suit you. My dad was a big Hurley guy, so today we're using orange and black. So come on in, say hi, all the things. Type the keyword wings, or wing, I think, is the keyword there. Pull up my thing. We've been in the house all day. Hi, Sissy. Hi, Jinya. Hi, Denise. How's it going? Hope everyone is good. Why is this weird? Let me see what I can do here. All right, there we go. All right, I'm going to paint some things, some different colors. So here we go. We're going to start with orange. You could actually use papaya with this. I'm going to use marmalade. This color was an en vogue color for the fall. I think papaya would be a great color also. But I wanted to use this up. So we're going to use marmalade, but like I said, papaya would work. Hello, how's everyone doing? Hi, Tammy Burke. You have this shirt, or you did? That's fun. Hi, Jen. Everyone's doing good. I hope if you are in the path of this storm that you at least have power and you can be home and ride it out. Basically, that's what we're doing. Jace yesterday went for a walk, like an exercise walk in this. I did not go. I stayed inside and I've been crafting, but he is committed. So he outbraved the elements yesterday and today, as a matter of fact. How's everybody doing? We'll probably watch some football later, I guess. We watched a movie. I don't remember the name of it. It was kind of an artsy, I would call it an artsy-fartsy movie. It's kind of one of those ones that are like, they're very serious in the whole thing, but they're being funny. That's the only way I can describe it. It was kind of, whatever. Something to do today, right? When you got nothing else to do. All right, I've got all these painted. I think they're going to be fine, this color. My point is, I'm not sure I'm really going to need a second coat. We're going to just keep this with one coat today. What's your weather like? We have nothing, well, okay, that's not true. What we have going on right now, essentially, are just flurries. So no more accumulation. They're just like, basically it's so cold. Around noon, it said feels like -1. So it's actually cold. It's not like pretend Texas cold. It's real cold. Real people cold is what I would call it. So it's cold and gray and just like light flurries here. Oh, you're 54. Sissy, I forget what state you're in. What state are you in? Are you in Florida? Because I thought Florida was the only one not participating in this winter storm. A friend of mine is in Ohio and she's got 2 feet of snow on the ground. So where in the world are you that it's 54 degrees? It will be 54 here next week. And that's what we normally are like in winter time. In Texas is usually in the 50s. But you know, when you get a storm, we usually get one little, you know, blowing around winter storm that lasts a few days, once per season. Typically only once per season, but you never know. Hi, Ellen. Ellen, yesterday we were giving away some cutouts yesterday for the Valentine minis. And I'm pretty sure you said you would like them. The person that I originally chose never sent me her address. So if you would still like them, I will send them to you instead. So just tell me yes or no in the comments below. It's like about half the cutouts for the Valentine minis. If you would like those. Trying to give them away, you guys. And if you're not on all the way at the end of the live, then you don't know you won. So then I got to do it again the next live, right? Okay, so I've got my wings black. Like I said, this is a tribute. So we're making a tribute to my dad here, who was a big Harley, guys, from as long as I knew him. From the time I was a wee tot until he passed last year, around-ish this time. He always had a motorcycle. He always took us on the motorcycle. And then later, well, when my son was about, Joe was probably 7. Anyway, at some point he got a Harley. And so I'm doing this in his colors is what I'm doing. Hi, Linda. How's it going? 39 or 23 tonight. So some cold weather for you. Okay, so we're just going to set these aside for now. And I'm going to get out. So I have this heart that I got at the Dollar Tree a while back. And we are just going to paint this. Okay, I will send them to you. Jen, I was just saying that I basically have been crafting and watching a movie and crafting and had lunch in there as well, and then came live with you guys. I mean, there's not much you can do when you're in your house. Oh, I paid bills. Does that count as something productive? I also paid bills. Even though I usually don't do it till the end of the month, I'm supposed to be traveling to Nashville this week through the weekend, and so I wanted to get that done also. So there we go. We're gonna get this painted, and Ellen, just know that, I mean, I'll get them ready to go, but probably the next time we're gonna get mail, I'm guessing, is gonna be Wednesday. Until the roads are completely clear, I'm thinking we're not going to have mail, and that's usually what happens in the South. That did not happen, to my knowledge, in Michigan. Even if we had a snow day, we got mail. So weird to me that they just don't deliver the mail. I'm glad. We want to keep people safe. I'm all for that, but it's just different. How about that? Okay, so we're going to set this aside now and get out our cutouts. Does that happen to you guys? So if you have weather, does your mail still come, or does the mail stop? Because here in Texas, it stops. It stops. All right, we're going to put this aside. And then let's work on... This is the transfer we're going to use. You guys, this is reusable. It's a silk screen. You can use it over and over and over again as long as you take good care of it. I guarantee 8 to 12 times. But honestly, I have used these way more than 8 to 12 times. And even if at some point down the line you lose some of that stickiness, it's still usable. Okay, so don't stress about that. Let's get all our pieces out here. Again, going with a Harley theme for my dad, but you could totally use whites and golds, whatever, red, whatever looks good for you. Let's put up our tape sheet. Now, the next step is sanding all this, just lightly. Okay. And I do have my paper towel in here today, which is good news. No, Ellen, I know your address. I got you all set up. You don't need to send it to me, but anytime, guys, if you win Happy Mail on my page and you've not made a purchase from me, if you don't send me your address, then I can't send it to you. That's the way this works. That's true on any page. So you need to always send, if a creator is going to send you something, you know, some happy mail, be sure to send them your email and your mailing address, or you get 0 things. But Ellen, I got yours because you've made lots of purchases with me, and I do appreciate it. Okay, so I've got everything sanded now. Let me just tell you, I may not have said this very often on my page recently. I was working on a project earlier. Hi, Cindy. And my chalk was not sticking to my surface very well. It kept coming up distressed. And I think I had 2 problems. So if you ever have this as a problem, A, don't use too much wax. I think for that project, I had 2 things happening. I used way too much wax, and my paste was a little bit thick. So what you want to make sure is that you rub your wax in, but you also buff it back. Okay, and your project should feel, or your surface should feel slippery, not sticky. Okay, so just know that. And then if you did all that and your wax is fine, it's probably, if you're having this issue, I had it multiple times, my paste was too thick. So I needed to add a little water to it and swoosh it around. And all I did was dry my project, clean my transfer, and re-chalk it, and it was totally fine. How's it going, Cindy? Are you freezing yet? So my problem is that my wax pad is very waxy, and it needs to be clean. And once in a while I take it out, but then I still forget to go clean it. So if your wax pad gets full of wax, take a paper towel or some kind of cloth and buff back your wax, okay? Because you want your chalk to stick to it, right? How are you doing today? My mini Aussie likes the cold weather, but doesn't like to go potty in it. You know, dogs, they can be so fussy. When I had Donna, remember when Lucy, my Great Dane, was alive? She did not like to go potty when it was raining. So you can see me like a fool in my backyard with an umbrella trying to get her to go to the bathroom. It was ridiculous. All right, I think I'm going to do the wings first. And you know what? I think I'm just going to do one at a time and then pull it up. Because here's something to note. If you're keeping notes, we're going to do the wings in white. And what I have found is that bright white, especially when you have a lot of silkscreen like this, bright white dries, for whatever reason, faster than our other colors, okay? It's just my experience. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my air bubbles out. I'm going to get my wings ready to go. I'm going to use bright white chalk paste, okay? And then I'm going to quickly do my wings. I'm going to do one, I'm going to pull it out, and then do the other one. Okay, now you don't want to leave these creases on here. You want to scrape up your excess, just like that, and then lift, okay? Because otherwise, your bright white, it just likes to dry on you. So here's one set of wings. Let's get this one going. Same deal. Okay, I'm going to just take my small, this is called a small squeegee, even though it's bigger. The one I normally use is called a mini squeegee. Okay, just do that and then scrape up your excess. And then lift this one up as well. Now see, if you have any kind of dried parts in your transfer, it may not go through. So I got a little piece there, but that's pretty good detail, right? All right, and then we're going to do the rest. I'm going to do in a different color. I'm not going to do white anymore. So I'm going to put the white away, but just know that your bright white tends to dry quicker. I don't know why that is, but it is for me. That's the case for me anyway. And every so often, guys, when you put your jar away, scrape up the sides and push that paste to the center of the jar, okay? Do that. 8 inches of snow and still snowing. Oh my goodness, Cindy, that is a lot of snow. That's kind of what my friend was saying, is that she had about almost 2 feet. And they were still getting more, just insane. Okay, I had a little spot where this white went. I can always touch it up. I'm not that worried about it, but oh, that actually looks cute. I had a little tiny bit of white, but it kind of gave the heart a little shine, which I'm not mad about. I may have cabin fever. I thought today was Monday. Oh no! Definitely not Monday. It is tough when you're like inside the whole day. Like even on the weekend, I don't usually go a lot of places, but but I go for a run or we're out and about kind of a little bit here and there, and so even I was getting a little squirrely. But I don't mind being home. I've got many videos to create for you guys this week, so I've been working on those. I'm kind of glad I have an extra day to do it. Sometimes I feel a little bit rushed, and I don't like that. I like to just come in here and do what speaks to me, I guess. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm going to be gone for 3 days. I've got to, create all these videos, and I feel rushed. But I don't this time because I got all day tomorrow also. And I don't know. Originally, I thought maybe we wouldn't have school Tuesday, but now who knows? We're supposed to get 14. Oh, we're at 14, 11. Wait, I don't know what you mean. I don't know what 1411 means. Yeah, it takes a lot for you guys up north to close school, that's for sure. Especially when the storm comes, a day early. They have time to clear it. What is happening? In the south, they can't clear it. They don't have anything to clear it. They just go, we'll wait for the sun. I've had more snow days living in Texas than I have in Michigan, I feel like. So I'm just, while we're chatting, in case you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm just lining up my different words. The way I cut these this time is they're not individual letters, they're per word. Seems like you guys like that better than individual letters, so I just go over it a little bigger. That way the letters all connect and you can have each word. Sometimes it's more than one word together, but okay, these we're going to do in black. Do I have enough black in here? Let's see. Oh, I missed these. Oh, 14 degrees. I saw that thing and I could. Nashville's a lot of ice. Ugh. Cindy, is it going to be gone by Wednesday? Tell me it's going to be gone by Wednesday. I think we're going to get significant melting tomorrow, but not everything's going to be melted tomorrow. But I'm hoping, at least in Texas, everything's going to be melted by Wednesday. Now, I just did all of these. What I should have done is the top row, pulled them off, the bottom row, pulled them off, just so my chalk paste doesn't dry. But I'm moving pretty quickly. If you're new to this, I would say do the top row cutouts. I just smudged that one. Then do the bottom row. That way they will not dry in the silk screen, okay? I went a little quick on that one and wasn't thinking. I got lucky. Earlier today, I was like, nothing is going right. Okay, this, guys, you can clean in your sink with just regular water. Or if you're like me, I have some Dollar Tree dish mats in my, and I've had these for like 2 years. In my drawer. They fit nicely, they make it easier. I just keep a spray bottle. But honestly, when I'm crafting with that and I'm not live, I do take it to my sink because when I'm using my board eraser, excuse me, I can clean out the board eraser by squeezing it in the water. It's just easier. It's supposed to be 20s all week. Oh, that's not good. Well, do they salt their roads in Nashville? Because the roads would be okay if, because here it's going to be in the 40s. Really? It's only going to be the highs in the 20s or the lows in the 20s? I thought it was going to be lows in the 20s. If it gets to 40 during the day, it should be fine, don't you think? Doesn't it? Let's think positive thoughts. Okay, so we have our heart. And this is just a Dollar Tree heart. I got it this season. Yeah, you're about the same temperature as us. It feels like is negative or was like below 0 around lunchtime. Okay, everything seems to be dry. So then, of course, you want to make a plan. Now, I had a couple little spots where my chalk paste was pretty thick. So I'm just going to take my Sharpie marker, which is just bright white, and go in those couple little spots. This is what happens when you don't stir your paste enough. Okay, now what was my original thought? I did a plan earlier. I think I'm going to put this here. Let's see, how did I do this? But, okay, I'm just moving these around so it fits the way I want it onto my surface. And then I'm going to move my wings just a little bit and get it just the way I want it. Now, I did think about doing the heart in black. But I think we're going to leave it in white. My original plan was to do the heart in black. Thank you, Jen. It was, last year at this time was just terrible. It was very terrible. And I appreciate you saying that. I'm just checking my letters. I guess I could be picking them up. Making sure that the edges are clear. I had kind of had, you know, it's like a prediction sort of thing that we had an appointment in the summer that we went to with him. And I said to my sister, he's not going to make it the year. And I was not wrong. Sadly, I was not wrong. Is this good? Yeah. Okay. So we are going to glue this on like this. It just, you know, you think it's, I don't want to say I was ready, but it was not unexpected, but the way things happened, that was when I was like going up there and helping him and stuff, like they were talking about rehab and blah, 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 and he only went to rehab for like 1 day. And they took him right back, and his COPD got the better of him, so that's kind of what we thought, but, you know, I would have loved to have been wrong in that situation. It was a terrible, terrible January and early February, that's for sure. But we were close. My dad and I are close my whole life. So anyway, here we are doing something nice for him, right? I still have his picture up that we did, I think, around Father's Day, up in my, right by my laser. I carry one of his tools with me every day, so, you know, you just got to keep the memory alive. Hi, Janet. Oh, that's not good. Because one of my people are coming on from Western New York to Nashville. We're going to move this. Put this here. From Western New York. That's not going to be good. Well, we got a couple days. I'm not going to worry about it till then. Worst case, it gets canceled. Now, here's the next thing. If it gets canceled, do I go to work or do I not? I'm going to tell you right now, my instinct is no. Does that make me terrible? Okay, I'm going to glue the wings on. All right, and then we're going to glue this wing, I guess I want to make it like that. If you go to Nashville, could you hunt down Luke Bryan and get a I am a crazy person with celebrities. I truly do not keep it together well, but I would be happy to do that for you. I'll take that for the team. How's that? No, you wouldn't go either. I just think I might just not. I got the week. Oh, I didn't need it in there. Hang on. I only needed glue on the ends of the word heart. Okay, and then maybe I need to just, what's going on with my, there was something on my, okay, so what I like to do, I don't know, can I write Dad here? It's gonna look terrible if I write it with my hands. Let's see. We're just gonna leave it blank. I was gonna write his name just like Dad here, but I'm thinking I'm gonna leave it. What do you guys think? Again, Harley themed. Thank you. Guys gave me permission to stay home. Or should I paint the heart black? What do you think? Do you like it all white, or should I paint the heart black? I could still do it around it. I could totally do it around it, but I want to do it if you think it looks good like this. What do you guys think? Too much white? Would you do the heart black? Jen says paint it black. So sweet. don't want to mess it up, but I could totally go around it in black. Cindy says black, gorgeous black. Okay, that was my original idea. I don't know why I painted it white. Let's see what I can do here. We're going to have to maneuver a little bit. Let me get a decent brush here. I should have laid it out and decided. But here we go. We're going to paint it black. And I don't think it's going to be that hard, since the edges of my cutouts are black. And black covers pretty easily. Why does it say, why did this do this again? Janet liked it as it was. I don't know why it keeps dying out on my computer. There's a couple touchy spots, but mostly not. Oh, too late now. Charlotte says no black, but it's happening now. It's too late. You got outvoted. People were fast on the... People were fast. Honestly, my original plan was to do it black. I don't know why I did not. You know what? It's a Dollar Tree heart. Not a big deal. Can always redo it if we don't like it. I think my thinking was, when I was going to do black, kind of like, you know, you're in mourning, blah, blah, blah. Probably the way I look like. I like it. You liked it white? Oh, well. People liked it white. But now we're going to see it in black. You get to see two options. Which, again, is not a big deal with the cutouts because the letters are raised. If I didn't use the cutouts, you'd have to start over from the beginning. You just would not be able to paint. You'd have to sand it all down. There's no way I'd be able to do this. But because the cutouts are raised, we can do it. And the edges are black anyway. I think I like the black, to be honest. That's what I was thinking too, Denise. I was feeling like the wings were kind of getting lost. Was my original thought. But here we go. You can tell me at the end which you liked better. I'm getting black all over my table unnecessarily. All right, so far I'm happy with it. I want to get black on my wings. Again, I chose these colors because my dad was a Harley guy, but you know, whatever suits your fancy with your person that you're doing this with. What I really like is the black background with the white wings. That looks really nice. Ideally, you would paint your heart this color to begin with. You wouldn't have to fight your cutouts. We'll go back in on that. No big deal. And what else am I going to do today? Might as well make it the way I like it. Okay, I like the black. You tell me which one you liked better. Now that I'm getting all the way to the end here. The white was nice, but I don't know if I can get in between there. I got a spot here that is kind of hard to get to, actually. This is like Operation. You know that game Operation where you got to get in between, but you don't want to make the thing go off? Essentially, that's what this was. Essentially, that's what I'm fighting. I don't want to get it on my cutouts, on the orange part. All right, just hang on. I may need to touch it up a little bit. I thought it needed some contrast in the heart. Okay, good. Thank you, Donna. I'm liking it. I just need to go over it real quick. And just do like a quick top coat in the big parts. So it doesn't look so streaky. Most of it is good, but what did I do there? But it is a little bit like Operation, where you don't want to get it where you don't want it. Which is a lot down at the bottom here. I think I thinned out my black a little bit. So see, everything is fixable. Type the word wings, check your messages. But paint your heart black to start with, if you like this look. Okay, yeah, that's way better. Way better. Yeah, you like it now that you've seen it? See, I'm more of a visual person. Once I do it one way, it's hard to know ahead of time. But this was my vision to begin with. I don't know. I go live sometimes and I forget. So I have a couple little spots that, of course, now I've got to touch up my wings. But we did this, so now we might as well get it the way we like it. Couple little spots where I touched the wings. So I'm going to clean it up. And then I'm going to hang this in my workshop in my garage next to my other little tribute to him. Okay, did I get all the spots? See, you can always touch it up. All right, guys, here we go. Officially the end. Ellen, I will send you the cutouts. And yes, that's right. That's all right. If you liked it white to begin with, you do yours white, and that works. All right, guys, here we go. And this is more a Harley look anyway, so. Anyway, have a great day, you guys. Type the word wings, check your messages. You can still get your creative kickstart, which if you place $100 orders on my site, you're going to get the free bundle with the punch needle kit with the transfer and the ink and all the thread and all the things. Make sure you're in the perks program before you make any purchases. And we'll see you guys soon. Thanks for hanging out with me.